It is week 18, and things really heated up in this episode, man. You know, a lot happened, but then a lot didn't happen. I will say this, I do believe that the Wikipedia, also the DVD box, the episode summary, I believe is incorrect with this episode. But that's bound to happen from time to time. Now, this was a pretty good episode. They had some weird storylines. Sammy Jo, who's the Heather Locklear character, she ends up getting frightened when it's storming outside. Who knows why, but she just is. And so she goes into Steven's bedroom and she sleeps with him. But that's all it is. It's nothing sexual, nothing romantic, although I think she wants it to be romantic. And the fact that Alexis calls the cousin like a whore or something like that, it's very nasty. Also, Alexis hints at Steven that Sammy Jo isn't the right woman, but the reason that he hasn't been with a woman is because he just hasn't found the right woman. And Steven's all opposed to this. He's like, no, 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 no. I thought that was really interesting. Steven is a very, very unhappy person. He's an extremely unhappy character, and no one seems to be really accepting of him or pleasant towards him. He really doesn't have much to live for. It's actually probably the most devastating element of the show, as is right now. Let's see what else happened. Oh, Fallon ended up shagging with Nick, who was the psychiatrist who has this vendetta against Blake. And I think we established what the vendetta was, which was a relative who had passed, I believe. Don't quote me on that, because I could be wrong. A lot's been going on, and Dynasty hasn't always been in here. But I'm trying to have it be in here now for you guys. And then, of course, the big thing, Alexis and Krystle. Alexis is at the shooting range, and she sees Krystle riding horseback, and Alexis is extremely nasty, extremely evil, and shoots not at the horse, but nearby it or above it just to spook it, and it throws Krystle off the horse, and we see her get dragged. And we established then that Krystle might be losing the baby. Blake is off in Las Vegas doing his own thing. I think Fallon went with him. Yeah, that was that episode. Oh my gosh, so much has happened in just 1 week for me. Oh gosh, guys. But yeah, Fallon goes with Blake to try and seal a deal, and it works. Blake gets the deal to help him in his bind, and fantastic, all of that stuff. But watching Krystle cry at the end for fear of losing her baby, I'd predicted from the moment that we had established at the beginning of the season that she was going to be pregnant, that she would lose the baby. And what do you know? We're nearly there. Is anybody surprised by this? I don't think so. So why do we still watch? Honestly, I don't know. It's weird. This season, while better in some ways than season 1, I feel like the show is still struggling to find itself. Now, in many circles, it's regarded as season 2. The beginning of that is when it really started to take off and soar and do all this crazy stuff. It's kind of a slow build even now. Maybe that was just the way that television was at that time. Maybe that's just the way soap operas naturally are. Maybe that's just the way this show will be. And it will always be that way. But I have a feeling it won't be, because we still haven't gotten to the most, the biggest thing people remember from this show. And that's the fighting, the cat fights, all of that stuff. We haven't gotten to that yet. hopefully soon, maybe even tonight's episode. So I know I said I would do it before Wednesday. I didn't get to it. I have a Dallas review to do tomorrow as well. But anyways, I will catch you guys sometime next week because I'll do a review of this week's episode, and then we get some break. I believe we get a break after this week for at least 1, if not 2 weeks. So, anyways, just check Wikipedia, check those air dates. That is when I will be back. And I hope you keep coming back with me to the Carrington Mansion because we got to see when those cat fights start happening. They will. And I'm a betting man. Well, I'm not really. But in this sort of thing, I bet it's going to happen soon.